Welcome to the channel Doctor of Life. If you like the idea of the channel and benefited from it, do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive all new. The subconscious mind constitutes 95% of the mental strength of a person, and what the body needs in order to function properly, starting with the respiratory and digestive systems and making memories. The subconscious mind is not creative, but it can remember what you did or saw. So the question arises, can the subconscious mind be used to solve problems and reach unexpected solutions? Let's learn more in the following article about how the subconscious mind works, and how to address the subconscious mind. What is the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is part of a person's mind, that is, it makes decisions without having to think about them actively. The subconscious mind is different from the conscious one that includes thoughts and factors that we are likely to encounter at any moment. The subconscious mind is also different from the unconscious, which carries events and experiences that happened in the past and do not remember them at all. For example, when you learn to play the musical instrument, at first you have to think about translating the musical note and moving the fingers so that you can play each note, but during the training you will find that you can pick up any song and play it. This is what the subconscious mind in the brain represents. What are the characteristics of the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind participates in the processing of information and influences what we think and do, and it stores values and beliefs. This beforehand it determines memory and monitors information, that is, it is he who decides what can be sent to the conscious mind and what should be stored. The scientist Freud identified levels of the subconscious mind, each with its own roles and functions. Conscious mind. The conscious mind contains all the thoughts, feelings and desires that can be perceived at any time, which are part of the mental processing that can be thought about rationally. The unconscious mind, which is the carrier of feelings, thoughts, urgency and memories outside the conscious consciousness, and the subconscious usually contains unpleasant and unacceptable contents, such as feeling anxious, stressed, and pain. How the subconscious mind works. But the question remains, what does the unconscious mind of a person, and how does it work? This is what we will learn about in detail. Save memories. Three-dimensional memories are stored in the body, not the brain, as some experiments have been done on mice after brain removal, and it can still find ways well. Organize memories. The unconscious mind organizes and arranges memories, as well as connects similar thoughts and objects. Suppresses memories that contain unresolved negative emotions. Makes the body function better, enjoy optimal health. It generates information, stores and transmits energy. It does not deal with negative formulas directly. So you should know, the unconscious mind is a servant of the conscious mind and is unquestionable, working day and night, to bring behavior in line with emotional thoughts, hopes and desires. What is the location of the subconscious mind? According to some scientific research conducted in 1981, psychologist Dixon divided the human brain into two signal processing systems, the unconscious mind and the conscious mind. The subconscious mind is located in the subcortical region of the brain, which is responsible for processing information before it is transmitted to the conscious part. That is, when the brain discovers important information, it transfers it to the cerebral cortex so that consciousness can handle it. In addition, it includes two main features, which include 1. Dealing with information received from all sources. 2. Capture, decoder and encode weak signals that cannot be perceived. So how do I address the subconscious mind? If you want to address the subconscious mind, you must be fully aware of a signal or answer from the unconscious mind, and most importantly rely on any signal that appears to you, potentially. 1. Mild tingling in the body. 2. Voluntary muscle movement. 3. Signal. 4. Photo. 5. Sound. 6. Motivation for something. 7. Leaning in a specific direction. When you do the posture effect, your body will notice one tendency to accept and another to reject. Just take the first word that comes to your mind. You can ask someone else to press their fingers and make them say no immediately. You can take anything that comes to mind directly, as an answer from the unconscious mind, and communication with the unconscious mind is done physically, not just linguistically. The unconscious mind does not think independently, i.e., the primary motivation is the conscious mind and then employs and coordinates them, until they become compatible with messages and information. The relationship between the subconscious mind and depression. Many link between how the subconscious mind works and depression, especially as it affects the hippocampus area, which plays an important role in learning and memory, to learn more about the relationship between the subconscious mind and depression. When a person suffers from depression, it begins to affect the chemical balance in the brain, and hippocampal cells contract, causing difficulty concentrating and memory loss. Feelings of hopelessness, anxiety and guilt, as more than 250 million people around the world suffer from some form of depression. Many researches also indicate that depression causes the following effects. Brain contraction. It affects the hippocampus, which plays an important role in learning and memory, as it contributes to the regulation of emotions and the stress hormone, because when depression affects the balance of chemicals in the brain, the nerve cells in the hippocampus contract, causing difficulty concentrating and memory loss. It also affects the prefrontal cortex, which processes and regulates emotions by affecting the psychological state, increasing feelings of impulsiveness, irritability and anger, and having difficulty thinking and memory loss. Encephalitis. Several studies have indicated that depression leads to encephalitis through the amygdala effect, where the high level of cortisol released during a depressive episode leads to amygdala inflammation by increasing the activity and enlargement of the gland. Therefore, the depressed patient faces social anxiety, interrupted sleep and guilt, as well as inflammation and death of brain cells. Low oxygen level. Many studies have indicated that clinical depression causes low oxygen in the body, when the brain does not get enough oxygen to work properly, and brain cells are likely to die, as they begin to die after 5 minutes of losing oxygen, and some people may suffer from 1. Temporary amnesia. 2. Problems with the movement of body parts. 3. Inability to make decisions. If depression isn't treated and people don't have an adequate level of oxygen for a long time, symptoms include 1. Coma. 2. Brain death. How do I activate the subconscious mind? Many wonder about how to activate the unconscious mind and use it well in the brain, so we show you some tips that help you about activating the unconscious mind and how to train it. Meditation. You should make a meditation plan any daily routine, by looking for a quiet place and sitting in a calm and still. Close your eyes, empty your mind of all thoughts. You can practice inhaling and exhaling for a few minutes, with meditation and yoga exercises, which help to relax. Imagine. In order to activate your subconscious mind, you must practice visualization and visualization. That is, you can use the senses to notice sound, smell, colors and touch. Make a plan for a while. You should make a plan of time, maybe a year or more. Be realistic, try to maintain values and principles. Set short goals, principles by keeping the unconscious mind in a state of alertness and activity. Try to focus on your principles, values and motivational factors. Music. You can listen to soothing music, strengthen the unconscious mind by choosing music that helps to relax and clear the mind, and soothing music effectively controls your subconscious, i.e. makes you more receptive and awake. Resist the fight. You can continue to question yourself by asking questions repeatedly. For example, why do I feel uncomfortable doing something? How can I overcome it? All these questions make you in a state of constant vigilance. Focus on gratitude. One of the ways to activate the subconscious mind is to choose gratitude and appreciation over criticism and fear. That is, highlight the positives, reconnect the mind and notice more positive factors, and also allows you to become curious about events in your life. That is, accept change in your life, and prepare the mind to receive more. Environmental monitoring. When you reprogram the mind to succeed, you can reduce the negative impact on the environment, and it is known that the unconscious mind absorbs information in order to form beliefs that shape ways of thinking and acting. Therefore, you should know that negativity with its daily news, toxic people, and social media that negatively affects the unconscious mind without realizing it. Be thankful. One of the important things that you should activate the unconscious mind is to feel thankful and grateful for all the things you have, but after you program the mind that what you have is good, and that many are doing their best for you. Now that you have an idea of how to control the unconscious mind, there's nothing stopping you from trying these techniques to activate your subconscious mind, achieve goals and succeed well. How to get rid of negative thoughts in the subconscious mind. Emotions are messages from the subconscious mind, and it is possible to use these messages for more productive behavior, and negative thoughts come disguised as real problems, which creep into our minds and cause a lot of life problems. So you can follow some simple ways that help you get rid of negative thoughts in the unconscious mind. disposal. You should take negative thoughts more seriously, because the person is responsible for his thoughts and is the one who protects them from external threats. That is, once you recognize any negative thoughts in your mind, try to stop them completely. Your brain may want to revisit these negative thoughts and allow them to be thought, so you should become assertive and tell yourself no. This may help you cope with the situation, if an alternative positive thought comes up. Classified as negative. At the time a negative thought appears in your mind, recognize it and classify it as a negative thought. You should tell yourself that the thought you had was negative. For example, when you feel sad, angry, depressed, or anxious, your brain reacts to the bad idea, so reprogram your subconscious mind to ignore all these factors, and it will stop controlling you. Not thinking about it. One of the factors for getting rid of negative thoughts is not thinking about them, and try to think about something else. For example, I can't do that, I can do it easily, I won't succeed, I will succeed. This is much easier than ignoring the idea or getting rid of it. Focus on the present. After you realize that negative emotions are just messages that indicate that you need to do something different, by asking your subconscious mind some questions, for example, how can I? What should I do in order to get rid of them? After asking these questions, you can divert your attention with something that can be achieved using your conscious mind. Give him confidence. It's natural to wonder if you have the ability and confidence in the unconscious mind or not, so you should give your brain some suggestions that help you give your mind confidence. Read books on a topic on your mind. Clear your mind around and breathe deeply, so you don't allow negative energy to build up inside your mind. When faced with emotion, you can remind yourself that it is a message, and ask the unconscious mind, how can positive emotions be experienced repeatedly? What can I do to replace feelings of anxiety, fear, and anger into joy, peace, and contentment? Test your subconscious mind by setting an alarm to when you want to wake up, then tell it you want to wake up 10 minutes earlier. After all these experiences, you will notice that you have gained complete confidence in your subconscious mind, and you have gotten rid of all the negative factors and thoughts within your brain. Dear viewers, we've reached the end of this episode. I wish success to all, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so that you receive everything new to the next meeting.